The Fire Inside is the AMC Screen Unscreen mega blockbuster boxing movie, where this movie shows the world Claressa Shields is one of the best female boxers of all time.
Can't nobody beat me.
We will dive into the movie review of The Fire Inside, where we go through the biography of the one and only Claressa Shields and her journey to dare to be great.
This ain't just about me. This is for all the women.
Based on a true story and directed by Rachel Morrison, the cast of the movies are as follows: Ryan Destiny as Claressa Shields and Brian Tyree Henry as Coach Jason. The movie starts off as Claressa Shields, or they call her T-Rex because I guess she got short arms, jogging and going to a boxing location where Coach Jason teaches his student how to box. Claressa wants to join in, but they don't want her to join because she's a little girl.
No girls allowed.
She insists and wants to spar, but this little boy was trash talking her. So Jason teach her to jab and counter, and she proceeds to beat that little boy like he's a typewriter. Because she did a great job, few years later she's in a ring having a boxing match, beating some poor little girl like Glass Joe getting beat like Little Mac in Mike Tyson Punch-Out. As a result, Claressa win by beating that little girl like a drum. So she go home to her mom, her sister, and her brother and tell her that she won a match. But the reality kicks in because they are barely making ends meet, like food in the fridge and clothes on the back in Flint, Michigan. At times her mom brings random strangers at home, which Claressa has a major problem. Claressa is the type of person she will tell you exactly how she feels. She's very impatient and definitely a poor listener.
Money is recognition.
So Coach Jason decides to take her as a student, teach her how to box and train for the Olympics. She goes outside jogging each time and does shadow boxing and spar with one of the guys in the gym where she has a secret crush.
I don't know about what it's like to be 16.
So she goes to a qualifying match as a 17-year-old lady going against a lady in her early 30s. Now, why she has to face someone who is almost twice her age? That is real beyond me. So with Jason as a coach, she bum rush into the ring and swing for the fences. And she won her match, but was not happy with the score count because she thought she dominated that match. This lady is her agent and she wants to represent Claressa, but tell Jason that it's hard to produce female boxing because it's not a popular sport.
USA Boxing hasn't won a gold medal since 2004.
And also tell Claressa not to be too real when reporter asks her questions.
Not fair, but people expect female athletes to behave a certain way.
Instead, she wants her to be more feminine, like wearing dresses and lipstick. Clearly that is not Claressa's style. By the way, she earned a trip to China to represent USA and the city of Flint, Michigan.
Represent out there. Show them how we do it in Flint.
Unfortunately for Coach Jason, he cannot go because he's not an official coach. Claressa was not happy about that, which Jason tell her it'll be alright and go out there and get the job done.
Yeah, well, none of them boxers was Claressa, was it? It's gonna be up to you to show who Claressa Shields really is.
So Claressa gets home after another long day of training and her mom having a party with a bunch of random people in her house.
Hey, mama.
Talk to you, man.
Going to bed. I got training in the morning.
Her mom wants to talk to her, but she brushes her moms out to the point that she punches a random guy who got in her way. As a result, with her attitude, her mom kicked her out the house, which resulted in Claressa staying at Coach's house. Coach Jason had a long talk with her about life and staying focused on her goal to win the gold medal.
So you on a path, and everything you see out there is just one more thing to get in your way.
So Claressa stays with Coach Jason for a while, sparred with the same guy who she had crushed with, and Coach Jason broke that up. He started to notice that they started flirting with each other and started explaining to her about hormones.
Hormones all everywhere.
Don't nobody want to hear about y'all nasty hormones.
Oh, you don't? Well, I'm gonna tell you.
Then have to eat proteins at the cafeteria school instead of fast food.
What's this?
That good protein.
Can I at least have some fries?
Coach Jason say no French fries.
Then she goes to China without Coach Jason and has to represent for Flint, Michigan. She's beat the first person like a drum, but then run into a major problem. A tall woman with a long reach, and her name is Savannah Marshall. She goes in like a pit bull, getting beat down because she's in a rush and swinging for the fences.
Our lifetime.
She gets impatient and does not want to listen to the coach at her corner to the point that she doesn't listen to anyone, with the exception of Jason, which is her coach, but remember, he's not there. As a result, she lost the fight, but she earned a wild card, give her a second chance to London.
After that, it's London. Can't nobody beat me.
When you have somebody who is taller than you and longer reach, you most likely need to fight on the inside against her. Back at home, while coach training Claressa, an unexpected guest shows up and wants to speak to her. It was Claressa's father, and coach and the dad had a few choice words, but Claressa ended up leaving and joined the family for dinner. The situation is still the same, as Claressa still bringing food to her brothers and sister, but her sister had a major surprise, an unexpected surprise. The sister is expecting and not exactly who the father is, and that's unfortunate because that put a lot of pressure on Claressa to bring home the gold and make some serious money.
When you win that prize money, we get our own place. Just us.
Now she goes to London, and this time Coach Jason makes the sacrifice and going with her and represent Team USA in Flint, Michigan.
I want you to take that fire inside of you and turn it into something good.
What was really on her mind was that tall chick Savannah Marshall that whooped her behind earlier. She want revenge. In her first two boxing matches, Claressa beat those two girls again like a drum. But found out that Savannah Marshall lost her match, which she was not happy about because she really want her revenge against her. In the fight, she has to fight a shifty opponent, struggles at first, but eventually won her match and took the gold medal. Everyone at home was glad she won, but reality kicks in real quick again. She was not getting endorsements she was getting. Her family and coach was struggling to make ends meet.
This just ain't what I thought it would be. All these people getting these endorsements. Meanwhile, I can barely pay my mama rent.
Coach Jason had to teach and work as an electrician to help support his family and Claressa. Claressa's father blamed Coach for not helping her get these shoe deals or endorsement deals. It got to the point that Coach Jason and Claressa had a major fallout where she left Coach's house when he was trying to tell her something and she would not listen to anything what he said. The attitude kicks in again. The reality of the situation is people are not really into women's boxing. They are more interested in women's tennis, women's volleyball, or even women's soccer. And they don't want to see two women beating the stuffing out of each other.
I would love to represent Claressa. It's just much harder with women athletes.
As Claressa Shields had a long thought about her situation, she made a decision to get a second gold medal for her.
If I'm trained for the second gold medal, I'm gonna need exactly what the men get.
The first time she got it was from Flint, Michigan, but the second time she's going for it is for her. Eventually, she and Coach Jason apologize to each other, which is sweet because they really need each other.
It's gonna be up to you to show who Claressa Shields really is.
As a result, she gets her revenge against Savannah Marshall by beating her like a typewriter.
Get inside and show her class, and this is fantastic for...
This movie is actually pretty good. It goes in depth of what Claressa Shields had to go through to become one of the greatest female boxers in the world. She wants to stay home and help her family by improving her situation, but could not do it alone. Ryan Destiny plays Claressa Shields' character pretty well because she is feisty, brutally honest, impatient, but wants to do things on her own terms.
I won that gold medal by being me. What happened to staying true to who you are?
Basically, she walked the walk and she talked the talk. At some point, she realized she has to listen to other people because they were trying to help her, especially Coach Jason. Brian Tyree Henry did a phenomenal job as a coach. He was pretty loyal throughout the whole time he was at her corner, and he had to be humble. Even he had to learn he had to be patient with her because they are like fire and ice. They both need each other. The characterization of this movie is really good, and they had to come to terms that being a boxer is hard, but being a female boxer is even harder. These days, the female boxing industry has dramatically improved, and we have seen some female fights that are way better than the men boxing itself. Well written, intense, and great performances all around. I will give this movie 9 stars because it was that good. If you want to see more upcoming movie reviews on this channel, press the like, share, and subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next movie review.
So that day I was like, I'm the greatest woman of all time.